In the remote wilderness of northern Arizona, where the pine forests sprawl in quiet solitude and the mountains loom with ancient secrets, a group of friends set out on a hiking adventure. Among them was Sarah, a seasoned outdoorswoman with an adventurous spirit, Mark, her skeptical but curious boyfriend, and Josh, their thrill-seeking friend, who never turned down a dare. They embarked on a journey into the heart of Navajo country, seeking the thrill of the untouched wilderness. As they ventured deeper into the rugged terrain, the forest seemed to close in around them, whispering secrets they couldn't quite understand. The air grew thick with unease, though none of them spoke of it aloud. It was on the second night of their trek that they made camp near an ancient burial ground, oblivious to the warnings whispered by the elders of nearby reservations. That night, as they sat around the crackling fire, a feeling of dread settled over them. Sarah noticed shadows moving between the trees, fleeting glimpses of something not quite human. Josh laughed it off as their imaginations running wild, but Mark's unease grew with every passing moment. When darkness fully engulfed the forest, a chilling howl echoed through the trees. It was a sound unlike anything they had heard before, unnatural, haunting, and filled with a primal hunger. Sarah clutched her knife tightly, while Mark fumbled for his flashlight, his hands trembling. Suddenly, from the edge of the campfire's glow, emerged a figure. It walked on two legs, but its movements were jagged and unnatural. Its eyes gleamed with a feral intensity, reflecting the firelight with a ghastly glow. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she recognized the former Skinwalker, a malevolent being from Navajo folklore, known for its ability to assume the shape of animals or humans. Mark froze in terror, his flashlight slipping from his grasp. Josh scrambled for his camera, wanting to capture evidence of the encounter, but the creature moved with lightning speed. It circled the campfire, emitting a low, guttural growl that chilled them to the bone. In a panic, Sarah shouted in Navajo, hoping to ward off the creature with ancient words of protection she had learned from her grandmother. The Skinwalker hesitated, its eyes narrowing in hatred and hunger, before letting out a blood-curdling scream that shattered the night silence. With a sudden burst of speed, it lunged toward them. Sarah swung her knife wildly, the blade slicing through the air, but the creature was unnaturally agile. It knocked her aside effortlessly, sending her crashing into the underbrush. Mark grabbed a burning log from the fire, brandishing it like a makeshift weapon, while Josh frantically snapped pictures, his hands shaking uncontrollably. The Skinwalker seemed to relish their fear, its movements becoming more erratic and unpredictable. It darted between the trees, its laughter echoing in the darkness, mocking their futile attempts to defend themselves. As the hours passed, they became desperate, their bodies and minds pushed to the brink of exhaustion. Just as they thought they couldn't endure another moment of terror, a distant chorus of voices rose from the surrounding forest. The elders of the nearby reservation, chanting ancient prayers and wielding sage and cedar. The Skinwalker screeched in agony, its form twisting and contorting as if caught in a vortex of spiritual energy. With one final scream, the creature vanished into the night, leaving behind an eerie silence that filled the clearing. Sarah, Mark, and Josh collapsed in exhaustion and relief, surrounded by the comforting presence of the elders who had come to their rescue. In the days that followed, they returned to civilization shaken and forever changed by their encounter. They knew they had come face to face with a darkness that existed beyond their understanding, a force that lurked in the shadows of the wilderness, waiting for those foolish enough to venture too close. And as they looked back on that fateful night, they knew they would never forget the chilling howl that still echoed in their nightmares, the sound of the Skinwalker, a creature born from ancient fears and legends, forever haunting the depths of their souls.